Welcome to the In-Tune Guitar Academy. Today we have our special guest again, Kelly Coughlin, Kelster Von Shredster, and he's going to give us a run-through on two of his favorite Marshall heads. And we have a 4x12 cab, which we're going to run the awesome sound of his Marshall heads through. He's the expert on this topic, so I'll let Kelly take over from here. And thanks again for joining us on the In-Tune Guitar Academy. Kelly, take it away.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you very much. So, I take my Marshalls very, very seriously. As you can see, I've got a Marshall Plexi tattooed on my arm. Take a look at that. Ink session, I think, on Rideau Street. All right, so today I get the pleasure of running these amps with a 4x12 because I live in a townhome and I have a 2x12. So we rented a Marshall 1960A cabinet loaded with G12 T75 speakers. Right here we've got the Marshall hand-wired 100-watt Super Lead Plexi. And I'm just going to go through just run through the tones and explain how these Plexis work. Essentially, they are two channels. So you will notice here that there's four inputs. There's four inputs, a high and a low on each side. And you could use an ABY switcher to switch channels, but what most people do, like the left channel, we'll call it the treble channel. It's well, like I just said, very trebly, kind of high end. And the bass channel on the right is very bassy and somewhat muddy. So what people do is they bridge the channels with a little jumper cable. But just so you can hear how it sounds, by the way,
Let's get a close-up view of that.
I'm running the amp through the Tone King Ironman, which is my favorite attenuator of all time. I have owned the Aux, the Fryette Power Station, the Rock Crusher, THD hot plate, and the Dr. Z air brake. And this is my favorite for Marshall amps. This is like taking a blanket off of the tone compared to the other ones that I've used.
Can you give us a close-up of the AB switch that you were just talking about?
Oh, I don't have an AB switch here.
This thing over. What you were just talking about.
Right here, the inputs are right there. Yeah. So those are the four inputs. So what we're going to do is, just so people can hear it, this is the low high treble channel. You'll notice that it sounds kind of thin and trebly. So I increased the bass there. That definitely fattens it up, obviously. It's still, I find it quite harsh, and that's the low input of the treble channel. If we go to the high input, it's going to be louder, same kind of trebly sound. So if I plug into the high input of the bass channel, notice without touching the EQ just how different it sounds. Now I could turn the bass completely off, crank the treble, crank the presence to kind of get that more trebly sound. But 99% of Plexi players do not do that. They bridge the channels and they plug into the high treble input. This is the classic setup, and this is what I'm doing. So we've got a Fender USA Strat, and again, we're running through the attenuator. It would be deafeningly loud, which we will do later. We're going to do a sound experiment. We're going to let this puppy rip at full tilt. We're all going to put in our earplugs. So I'm just going to dial it in now for some, I'll play a few Hendrix licks to the best of my mediocre abilities. Yeah, definitely. So right now, by the way, The Marshall Super Lead is not just a rock amp. You can get incredible clean tones, and I'm actually I'm going to run through some very clean tones right now. So this amp starts to break up at around 3 or 4 on the volume knobs. So if you want a clean tone, you gotta bring the volume down to like 2. Get some really nice clean tones. By the way, I forgot to mention I'm running through a Strymon Flint for reverb.
So we're getting close up to your pedal bar, right?
So I've got an MXR phaser, MXR analog chorus, J-Rocket, Archer boost, Polytune, Boss EQ for a boost, and the delay. But I'm going to take the delay off right now. And I'm going to dial the attenuator up because I'm going to be cranking the volume now to around 4. To mention, I've got SSL 5 pickups in all 3. They're a pretty high output. It's the only bridge Strat pickup I've ever had that actually sounds good in bridge mode. distortion pedals, nothing. Just the amp and a Strat. So if you're into Hendrix tones, this is the amp to get. Now we're going to switch to the Gibson SG and get some AC/DC rockin' tones. Alrighty, so we've got a 2005 Gibson SG Standard with the 591 and 59, whatever the hell they're called, pickups. Not crazy about the pickups. I do plan on putting some real PAFs, but whatever. We'll do the trick for now. So I ran through some Hendrix tones with the Strat. We're still on the 100-watt hand-wired Plexi, using the Iron Man attenuator, and here's some AC/DC tones. If you get into high-end amps like this, you don't need pedals, you just need like a boost, and that's just the way it is, and that's why I spend so much money on these amps. So here's how it sounds: no pedals, just amp. That is the sound of rock and roll, baby.
Play that lick again. You were playing Fast Way.
This one? I'm surprised you know that.
is Fast Eddie Clark from Motorhead. He started a band called Fastway.
I did not know that.
That song is called Say What You Will.
So
I love that.
That's pretty much it. I mean, this is, you could call it a one-trick pony, but it's a hell of a great pony. You can do clean, you can do classic rock. It'll do everything up to like the Eddie Van. Well, okay, so Eddie Van Halen used a Plexi like this, but he used I forgot what the hell the name of that thing is, which kind of throttles the power to bring down the power to give him that spongy. But I'm pretty sure he modded his Plexi. Now, that's going to lead us to the next video, and which is heavily modded Cameron Atomica modded by Dave Friedman, Lord of LA amp scene, and I just picked this up yesterday, but that's the next video, so I better shut up. I'd like to do one more experiment, and that is the sonic ear torture blast. We're going to scare everybody in this building by pushing this 100-watt like full blast with no attenuator.
Okay, I'm going to turn
So,
the sound off on this.
I need to put in my earplugs.
Okay.
All right, we are about to crank a 100-watt Marshall Plexi. This is going to be epic. I think scare the shit out of people in this building. I should have brought earmuffs to put on top of my earplugs. This is going to be frighteningly loud.
And you brought a decibel meter as well?
Oh yes, I brought a decibel meter. Thanks for reminding me.
We're in a practice studio, so if you're hearing a lot of background noise, we can't really do much about that.
Yeah, there's a really noisy band here.
We're picking up another
So
band.
decibel-wise,
be careful.
so we're hovering at around 97, almost 100 dB. Can you guys Google,
Threshold of pain is 130.
well, how loud a jumbo jet is?
It's about 120, 125.
125?
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. So I've got the decibel meter here. All right. Okay, here it goes. Wow, that was fun.
What?
That was fun. What did we hit?
105.
105? That's it?
Maybe it used to be close to that. Maybe.
105.
I was at 105, like 10 feet away. So that's pretty loud.
Yeah, it was away from the.
How much louder do you want to get?
I actually expected it to be louder than that, to be honest. I'm a little surprised. It's a Cameron Atomica mod. You can Google Mark Cameron. There's so many threads on that guy. So Dave Friedman modded this. And yeah, it's modded to the tits. The only input that works is the top right input. And it only does like high gain to like melt your face off gain. So here's how it sounds without the, like we'll call it the mod switch at the back. So this is about as clean as it can get. As soon as you turn it up, the amp comes alive. I'm going to keep turning up the gain. Lots of feedback. Here's with the switch engaged. And that's pretty much it. It's just a roaring, mean, badass amp.
I like your other one better, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
The first one, I found the sound was a lot cleaner.
It's cleaner.
Yeah.
I know.
This one is.
This is just a
very
super
messy.
high gain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I still like it though. Like if you want that Eddie Van Halen kind of, this is the amp. It's not easy to tame, as you can see. It's kind of like a wild beast. But I had some pretty good success last night making a video, and the tones were really good. And I think the viewers agree. So, yeah, like that's pretty much it. There's not too much to this amp. It's just like gain to high gain to super high gain, and there you go. So this is not hand wired. This is the hand wired, and yeah, this is my favorite amp of all time, and I really dig this one just to kind of, you know, have fun with. So that's it. Thank you very much, the Intune Academy. Guitar Academy. Check them out. Go online and Gear Gas and Guitars. All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.